If you're a real Warriors fan living in the US, this video is for you. From coast to coast, America is buzzing after last night's game. Steph Curry just reminded the whole country why he runs the West. What if I told you the Golden State Warriors, desperate to chase one last championship with Stephen Curry at the center, reached out for a reunion that could have broken the NBA once again, but Kevin Durant shut the door? That's exactly the shocking development shaking the league right now. Durant, the superstar who once formed one of the most dominant dynasties in basketball history alongside Curry, Draymond Green, and Klay Thompson, has reportedly turned down the chance to come back and finish what many thought was unfinished business. And this decision doesn't just affect Golden State's future, it changes the entire NBA landscape. Fans remember it well. In 2016, after the Warriors' record-breaking 73-win season ended in heartbreak, Durant made the decision to join Golden State. Together, they dominated the league, winning 2 championships in 2017 and 2018, while Durant picked up 2 Finals MVPs. It was a run that many considered unstoppable, and yet it ended in 2019 with a devastating Achilles injury for KD, Klay's ACL tear, and Durant choosing to leave for Brooklyn. Ever since then, Warriors fans and even some NBA insiders have wondered, could there ever be a reunion? Could Steph and KD come together again for one last run? Well, according to league chatter, the Warriors recently tested that possibility. With Golden State facing an uncertain future, aging stars, shaky role players, and constant trade rumors swirling around Jonathan Kuminga, Andrew Wiggins, and even Draymond Green, the front office looked at every option. And one bold idea was to bring Kevin Durant back home to the Bay. A chance to run it back. A chance for Curry to have one last run with KD by his side. A chance for Durant to re-establish his legacy as not just a wandering superstar, but the ultimate closer of dynasties. But here's the twist, Durant wasn't interested. Reports indicate that Golden State made inquiries about Durant's availability, testing the waters to see if Phoenix was even open to talks. The Suns, after all, are under enormous pressure. Their star trio of Durant, Devin Booker, and Bradley Beal has struggled with chemistry, injuries, and disappointing playoff exits. Many around the league expected at least one of those big names could eventually be moved if things didn't work out. And Golden State, always aggressive in trade talks, saw a window. Imagine Curry and Durant back together, with Draymond as the glue. Add Kuminga'S rising star power, plus savvy veteran role players, and suddenly, the Warriors could have been terrifying again. But Kevin Durant, now 36, rejected that possibility outright. Not only did he resist the idea of leaving Phoenix, but sources say he specifically didn't want to return to Golden State. The reasons? That's where this story gets really interesting. First, there's the matter of pride. Durant has always bristled at the idea that his championships in Golden State don't count in the eyes of critics. You've heard the takes before. KD joined a 73-win team that already won a ring. KD needed Curry to get his rings. That narrative has followed him since 2016, and it has clearly irritated him, as seen in countless interviews and social media spats. By going back to Golden State now, it would only fuel those critics further. Durant doesn't want to be remembered as the guy who could only win alongside Curry. He wants to prove he can lead his own squad, on his own terms. Second, there's the matter of relationships. While Durant and Curry always maintain mutual respect, there's no denying that KD's departure in 2019 created some tension. Draymond Green himself admitted that their infamous argument in 2018 played a role in Durant's exit. The Warriors moved on, building a new championship run in 2022 without him, with Curry finally earning his first Finals MVP. For KD to step back into that mix now, it would mean navigating old wounds and egos that might never fully heal. And then there's the reality of basketball fit. The Warriors' system, built around constant movement, ball sharing, and Curry's gravitational pull, worked beautifully when Durant was in his prime. But at this stage of his career, KD has become more of an isolation scorer, relying heavily on his mid-range mastery. Would that version of Durant blend seamlessly again with Curry's unselfish style and Steve Kerr's ball movement system? Or would it create friction in crunch time? Durant himself seems to believe the latter. But perhaps the biggest factor is this: Durant doesn't want to be seen as running back to comfort. His brand, his legacy, his pride, they all push him toward showing he can do it without Golden State. That's why he went to Brooklyn. That's why he fought through chaos with Kyrie Irving and James Harden. That's why he pushed for the Phoenix move. Going back to Curry now would be admitting that he needs him again, and Durant doesn't want to give his critics that satisfaction. Now, let's talk about the Warriors' side of this. For Golden State, this rejection stings. Joe Lacob and the front office know time is running out on Steph Curry's championship window. Curry is still performing at an elite level, but he's 37, and the roster around him is shaky at best. Jonathan Kuminga has shown flashes of brilliance but is still inconsistent. Andrew Wiggins has been up and down. Draymond Green is aging, and his emotional outbursts remain a liability. Klay Thompson is no longer the Klay of old. If ever there was a time to swing big, to make one more all-in move, it's now. That's why the Durant reunion was on the table. Imagine Curry, KD, and a rejuvenated supporting cast making one last finals push. It would have been storybook. But with Durant saying no, the Warriors are left scrambling. Fans are already buzzing online, debating what this means. Some are calling Durant soft for not coming back, saying he's afraid of being overshadowed by Curry once again. Others are praising him for standing his ground, refusing to feed into the old narrative. But one thing is clear: this decision changes everything for Golden State. If not Durant, then who? Who can truly lift the Warriors back to championship contention? Meanwhile, Durant's choice to stay loyal to Phoenix raises big questions for the Suns too. The pressure on that trio Durant, Booker, Beal is enormous. Anything less than a deep playoff run this season will be seen as a failure. And with KD rejecting a reunion, it shows he's fully committed to trying to win in Phoenix. But will the Suns give him that chance, or will the weight of expectations eventually force another massive shake-up? And don't forget, Curry himself is watching all of this closely. Steph has never been the type to publicly criticize the front office, but he knows his time is limited. He wants to contend for titles, not play out his twilight years in mediocrity. If the Warriors can't land someone of Durant's caliber, will Curry start putting pressure on management to make bold moves? Could we even see Curry eventually question his own future in Golden State if the team can't get back to contention? That's the nightmare scenario for Warriors fans, but it's not impossible. So, what happens next? Durant has made his choice, and the Warriors are left searching. Trade rumors around stars like Giannis Antetokounmpo, Joel Embiid, and even Jimmy Butler continue to swirl, and Golden State will be linked to all of them. But make no mistake, Durant was the ultimate swing. He was the one player with the history, the skill, and the gravitas to truly give Curry a final super team. And with that door closed, the Warriors now face the harsh reality of a rebuild that no one, especially Steph, really wants to admit is coming. In the end, Durant's rejection isn't just about one player saying no to one team. It's about pride, legacy, and a shifting balance of power in the NBA. It's about a superstar who refuses to relive the past, and a dynasty that's desperately trying to hold on to its future. The Warriors dreamed of a reunion that would shake the league to its core, but Kevin Durant slammed that door shut. And in doing so, he may have changed the trajectory of the entire NBA for years to come.